Of intrigue. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the Washington football team. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, the Ravens have done it again, champions of the AFC. Remember, they won Super Bowl 47 back in February of 2013, but had not won so much as a playoff game since then.
And remember, Ravens history begins in 1996 when the Browns moved from Cleveland and became the Baltimore Ravens. Since then, as you mentioned, they've been to the Super Bowl twice. Number 47 you mentioned, and they won that one with offense. I think they won that one 34-31. But how about Super Bowl 35 in Tampa over the Giants? That one was done with a dominant defense.
But meanwhile, this is a Washington team that nobody thought would be here at the start of the year. Even the most diehard fans would probably tell you that. Yet here they are looking for what would be the franchise's fourth title in this, their sixth appearance.
And you have to remember, partner, we have to go back to 1992, the last time that they were here, and that was Super Bowl 26. That's more than a quarter of a century ago. Now, they did win Super Bowl 17 with Joe Theismann leading the way at quarterback and John Riggins, the Diesel, running the football. And then Super Bowl 22. How about that historic game? Doug Williams is the quarterback and the game's MVP.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. To start the drive. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Play fake. Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Bridgewater.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and make sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bring up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second. 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The quarterback sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding what...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. With the first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
And the Ravens for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. Tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The throw over the middle taken in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
41-yard line.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out, had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The ball carried by the wide receiver.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
pass is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant. A dangerous return man showing it here.
Jakeem Grant on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. Well, the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. And he's got his man Hilton. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
A loss of 2 yards.
it's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On third down, Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 5.
Bridgewater's pass complete to number 80.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Is good. Makes the score Ravens 17.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Washington offense set to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's complete to his running back, Graham. They get 11 back on that one and leads to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
At the 24-yard line.
they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
The 15-yard line.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up
trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
On the return.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, 76 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and his guys are going.
The receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes. The ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Carter on the stop. A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Good. makes the score Ravens 27.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Henry, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
It's a gain of 5.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55.
Jakeem Grant on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the 1st half, and this one number 5. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
21 more yards.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start with the option, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards.
Sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Their own 26-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Washington.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back to throw now on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
4 yards.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First down.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
2 brings up second and goal.
Down. Here's Henry. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 72 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man is Grant. And they'll start this drive just across the...
Over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now back to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's a combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Third quarter of action, Super Bowl 55. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Here's a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
13 yards.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They've gotten right back in this ballgame after a very sluggish first half. Back when you played, after a bad half in the locker room, is it usually the coaches or sometimes the players who are the most vocal?
It's usually the coaches, but I do remember one time in particular where the coaches started to talk about what they wanted us to do in the second half, and a couple of leaders stepped forward and said, "Coach, we've got this," and pretty much ushered them out, and they delivered the halftime message. It worked, too. We played much better in the second half and came back and won.
Well, whoever said something at halftime, it's working right now. On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The tackle by Jelani Tabai. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Finds his tight end Ingram. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
That's another Washington first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Washington has taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake. last night.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Bridgewater to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
The 11-yard line.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 10-yard line.
To throw is Bridgewater. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Now he's got it. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Down and goal to go.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The 1st down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Washington takes over 1st and 10.
Now the Washington offense going back to work. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for their fullback. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down. A Super Bowl 55 down to the final 2 minutes. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Derrick Henry.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Ravens.
This is Grant. Nifty move. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
he's back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues. And the